Welcome to part 4 of my chakra meditation series. We're stepping into the heart today, and the heart is a really beautiful and fascinating space within our bodies. Every chakra has its uniqueness, and the heart is the one that's the most common, right? We all know what it is to love. We all know what it is to have heartbreak. So as we step into this heart, one of the things that feels to mention is our hearts actually have a mini brain. Our gut has a brain as well. And of course, our minds do, our heads do. But the heart has a really beautiful mini brain. So it holds all sorts of information, and it sends out this electromagnetic field outside of our body. So you know when you come into somebody's space, sometimes you can feel different energies with people. This has to do with the electromagnetic field that they're radiating out within their field from their hearts. And it's a really beautiful experience when we start to get more in tune and more subtle with it. However, when we go through heartbreak, sometimes we can have gaps, we can have little wounds in our heart space that emanates out. And we will pull in our heart or this electromagnetic field, and we can push it out. You'll also hear things like they have a heart wall because of wounds, because of trauma that they've experienced. So today, as we dive into this heart chakra meditation, we're going to really look at those places within that may be holding heartbreak, that may be holding resistance, having walls, etc. So I invite you to settle in, get comfortable, get a blanket if you need one. And if you're not wearing headphones, I recommend you pause this and get headphones for a better experience. The musics that I use in the background all have different hertz frequencies that all assist you in opening up the chakras. So, taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and allowing your eyes to gently close. Listening to the sound of my voice. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth, and allowing for your body to sink deeper and deeper, allowing the thoughts just to dissipate, to slowly flow away as if they're clouds in the sky, and bringing your awareness to your heart, and actually bringing your hands up to your heart space for just a moment. And giving yourself gratitude for being in this space, and just allowing yourself just to sit in that gratitude that you are carving time out of your day, especially during this time of year, to spend time to fill your cup. And I want you to bring your awareness to the back of the heart. Notice if you have any tension here, and notice if there's any resistance in the heart space in general as you bring your awareness to it. Whatever you notice, just breathe into it using the breath. Our breath is one of the most beautiful tools that we can use at any time. With the inhale and the exhale, just slowly moving the body to go deeper and deeper into relaxation, allowing your mind to quiet further and further. And I want you to imagine a beautiful bird comes in front of you, calling in an eagle condor to take us on flight today. And you see this beautiful eagle condor coming in front of you. The invitation is to climb upon their back. And as you climb upon their back, it takes you, this is a bird that can go in between time, space, and dimensions. And this bird, this magical bird, dives into your soul and into the heart with you on its back. As you dive into your heart space, I want you to see and notice your scenery that evolves and involves in front of you as you're soaring through the heart, and the heart just expands. It's like this whole other universe within you. Notice what you see, and notice as you're flying around, asking this bird, this beautiful eagle, to show you any restrictions and any binds that you have on your heart. See it now. With this binding, notice what color it is. Notice the texture and notice the tightness. How tight is it bound around you? And I invite you to see and to witness what part of your heart is being choked out by this binding. Go to that space now. And utilizing this bird, asking, inviting its beak to pick apart those places that are bound, that are tight, and see it go free. And go to every place in your heart that feels like it has tension, tightness, or it's choking a part of your heart out. Flying, soaring with this bird, going in tandem, one on one. You are the bird. Going to each space, using its beak and its talons to pick apart those places that are asking to be released, to be let go. And bringing your awareness to the back side of the heart, going to the back side that often gets shadowed and unseen, flying to the back side of your heart now. And allowing yourself to witness. Is there any binding back here that's asking to be released? Go there now. Unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Good. Now as you're in this space, this beautiful eagle condor takes you to a place in your heart and lands. Notice where it takes you. Notice your scenery as you climb off the back of this bird. This beautiful large eagle condor still staying there by your side. But climbing off its back, just wander. Notice your surroundings. And ask to be shown how many scars, how many places does your heart have breaks in it? And notice what number comes to mind. And I'm going to ask that question again. Whatever number comes first to your mind is your correct answer. How many breaks, how many wounds does your heart currently carry? Just notice the first number that came to mind. And now I want you to envision in front of you and down below you, a stage appears. Seeing the stage appear in front of you, but down below you, invite anybody that is attached to these scars and these wounds, these breaks that you just saw, that number. Invite all of those individuals out onto this stage now. And as they come out to the stage, you'll notice that the one that has been the most painful for you steps in front. Notice who it is. See them now. And as they step to the forefront, in this space, I invite you to say anything that wants to be spoken to this person, to this individual, and any emotions that are wanting to be given to this individual, to do it now. Whether it's anger, pain, sorrow, love, whatever it is, say it now. Get everything off your chest and imagining giving all this energy to that person that you once loved and maybe still love. And as that feels complete, the invitation now is for you to receive anything that they would like to say back. Again, they're down in front of you on a stage. You're still above. Go ahead and allow yourself to witness whatever it is that they would like to say back to you. Beautiful. With this individual and all the individuals that are on this stage, with each experience that you had with them, you grew gifts, you grew qualities, you grew attributes that you now possess that without that experience with that individual, you would not have now. Ask your unconscious mind to show you all the gifts that you have cultivated, all the strengths, all the attributes that you now have. What have you grown that only through these circumstances would you have grown? Witness it now. Maybe you have grown the gift of strength, of self-love, of knowing stability on your own, of knowing how to cultivate healthy boundaries, of knowing what unhealthy relationships look like. There's so many different things that you probably have grown and cultivated that only through these experiences would that have happened. Witness that about yourself and receive that acknowledgement that only through this experience would you have grown these qualities. And now if there's anyone else on this stage that you feel emotions towards or expressions that would like to, words that would like to be said, go ahead and say and express anything else towards any of the other individuals that are on this stage now. Allow it all to come out. And during this process, if any emotions come up, allow for them to come up and move through you. If you feel the need to scream aloud, scream aloud. If you feel the need to cry, cry. This is all energy, and energy is just emotion that is in motion, that's asking to move through you. It's energy and motion. Let it move. In this moment, give yourself permission to release. And if there's anything that wants to be said back from any of the other individuals that are on the stage, allow yourself to receive that now, to witness that now. And notice if there's any energy in your body of any kind of objects in your back, a knife, an arrow, just notice, bring awareness to it, and ask the unconscious mind, is there any objects in my back, in the back of the heart? If so, I invite you to imagine giving that item, allowing it just to disintegrate, and actually giving that energy back to those individuals on stage. And as you do so, I want to invite your attention, if there's any cording that's still connected to any of these individuals, imagine cutting it with scissors, with a knife, with a sword. You can invite Archangel Michael to come into this space, cutting it with ease, with grace. It's effortless to cut these cords. Imagine them being cut now, any energy that's not yours being given back to any of these individuals that are on the stage. Seeing it just disintegrate and dissolve easily and effortlessly now. Giving back all the energy that you are carrying that is not yours back to these individuals. Sending it out, sending it out, sending it out. And calling in all energy that you have given, any power, any energy, any emotions that you have given away, call it back now. Again, imagining those cords disintegrating, dissolving, and calling in all of your energy, known and unknown, calling it back into the body and especially back into the heart. And as you call it back in, taking a deep breath and calling it in even further and further, and allowing for your heart to expand and to receive your energy back to you. And as you receive this, and you receive and understand the gifts, the acknowledgement of what you've cultivated, what qualities you now have, imagine these scars, these breaks in your heart now being filled with each breath with golden light, golden refined sami, this beautiful magical light that is filling in all these cracks. And as it fills in, it expands the heart. It makes the heart larger. It is now more full and capable of expressing and filling love, and especially witnessing it on the back of the body. Feeling it more and more full of your energy, your gifts, all that you are coming back into the heart, back to you in wholeness, and inviting you to witness that in each experience that you have had, that you have felt sorrow and sadness or heartbreak over, it has taught you more and more about who you truly are. These experiences, is it possible that you have co-created this for learning, for experience, for growth, for understanding? Beautiful. And as you allow this golden light to come into the heart, I invite you now to allow for this golden light to come from the sun and fill you full. So full and complete of this beautiful golden light nectar that is full of unconditional LOVE love. Sun rays that are pouring into the body. Without knowing sorrow and pain, you would not know the fullness of love. We live in a world of polarity, of duality. To know one, we must also know the other. The depths of pain and heartbreak that you have felt also means the heights that you can go in love. As you recognize this, as you see this, as you understand that we are meant to love, we are beings of love. That love comes with all forms, all shadow, all density, all light, all expansion, all contraction. As something contracts, it also expands. As a bird pulls in its wings, it expands out so that it can fly higher. Feel that expansion and that contraction within you with each breath, allowing for those winds to stoke that fire in the heart and in the belly, to grow mightier, to come more into wholeness, to fill more of all that you are, filling your container, filling your cup more fully. And still seeing these individuals on stage, giving them gratitude, if you can, giving them some of this beautiful light, giving gratitude for them, for showing up in your life in all forms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If there's any individuals, I'm being called for any of you that have individuals that you're having a hard time breaking the chain with, breaking cords with, for those individuals that are needing to clear contracts, I invite you now to step into a room, imagining going into a room that's deep within a mountain, a vault that is yours and only yours. And as you step into this vault, you'll notice the bookshelves that are lined all around the room that are full of your contracts, promises that you have made with other individuals on this earth and in many lifetimes. And with this individual, with any individuals that you are having a hard time clearing any of these binds with, invite them into this space now, and you'll notice that a book opens in front of you and may fall off or jump out at you off the shelves. See it now. I'm picking it up, and it fills to, this is your choice. If you would like to See the contract in front of you, connecting you with this person, this promise that you made at one point, and now you're desiring to make a new choice. Noticing that there's a fire in this room. Some of you may want to rip these pages out, may want to explode the book, whatever it is that you feel like you want to do to clear this contract, do it now. There's also this fire in the middle of the room. I invite you, however you do this, to at one point at the end of this, to throw that contract into the fire in whatever form it is, allowing for those flames to consume this contract, to transmute it and alchemize it for new growth, for a new understanding, for new awareness, and a new possibility of what can be. As this burns, it clears out any density, any binds that were connected to this individual out of the body, cells, tissues, neural pathways, moving it through all of the energetic anatomy, the mental, emotional body, the physical body, the spirit, the soul, and outside of time and space. Before you chose to incarnate, seeing it moving forward and backward on all timelines, clearing it out of the DNA and out of the epigenetics. Release, release, release. Let go, let it go, let it go. And even if you didn't burn any contracts, I want everybody to imagine this fire that's now turning violet, seeing a violet flame, and inviting this violet flame does not consume the flesh, but will burn out anything that's no longer serving. Stepping into this violet flame, allow for those beautiful flames to surround you, to move through you. This is an alchemical fire that transmutes energy, takes it in from one form into another. Breathing in these flames and allowing it to clear and cleanse every single cell of the body, and especially into the heart and any other binds that may be there, known and unknown. Release, release, release. Clearing the central column, the Sushumna, and allowing for this energy to move through the entire body, clearing and cleansing, moving it up and out through the head, clearing those neural pathways that are conditioned and addicted to old patterns, old behaviors, old relationship behaviors, and possibly even abuse. Allowing for this violet flame to go into the head and clearing the neural pathways. Letting them go. Release, release, release. And for those of you, I want you to witness if you see a little child now in this space, stepping out of the fire. Or staying in the fire, whatever you feel called to do. This little child, this version of you that may have had heartbreak at a young age, if they desire to also be cleansed and cleared, bringing them into this space with you now, holding them, embracing them, clearing and cleansing. And if it feels to, and asking your child aspect, are they ready to come back home? If they say no, ask them what they need in order to come back home. Whatever the answer is, can you give it to them? And when you're ready, allow for this child aspect, if it feels in alignment for you, and if it is a yes, bringing this child aspect into the body, into the cells, merging that child aspect, that innocence, that childlike wonder and curiosity, that ability to love so fully, with unconditional love, with no judgment. Bringing that innocence, that childlike self back into the body, back into the cells, the tissues, the neural pathways, the sinews, the synapses, into all the organs, the bones, and moving it outside of time and space, and allowing this wholeness to be felt through every single cell. Good. And stepping out of this fire, if you haven't already, allowing for this fire to dim down and looking into the ashes, seeing a gift there for you, picking up that gift out of the fire. See what's in your hands. What is it? And what is this gift for you? What is its purpose? Would you like to receive it? If you said yes, notice what part of the body, what chakra it would like to go into. More than likely, it's going to come into the heart. Wherever it is, trust. And in bringing that in, you can imagine bringing it in with your hands, or actually bring your hands with that gift into your heart. Bringing that energy in and allowing for whatever those gifts are to merge with the cells. Breathing that into the tissues, into the mitochondria. And allowing this meditation, this whole process, to allow for a new way, a new perception of how you see the world, clearing and cleansing any filters that have been filtering the world, especially within relationships and when it comes to the heart. Allowing for the filters of the way you see the world to shift, to have a new lens, a new way of clarity. Now stepping out of this cave, going back to where that bird dropped you off. And noticing that the Divine Mother comes into this space with you now. And as she comes in front of you, witness her. See her coming close to you as she wraps you in her arms. Allowing for the sacred and the Divine Mother energy to envelop you with love. As she recognizes all you have been through, all you have done. She witnesses you. Receive her love. And now witnessing the Divine Masculine in whatever form you'd like to imagine it, whatever relationship you have with that. Maybe it's known, maybe it's not. Witnessing it coming in now. And witnessing that energy, the masculine energy in the divine form, coming and wrapping you from the back, embracing you as well, telling you that you are doing good, giving you that unconditional love, witnessing you, supporting you. In whatever way you can receive this, receive it now. Beautiful. Thanking them for stepping into this space, for supporting you, for allowing you to be seen. All those individuals that were on the stage have now left. The stage disappears. And you're back to that place you first entered with your eagle condor. Notice your surroundings now. Has anything shifted? Has anything changed? Just notice the expansion that you feel now in this space, in your scenery, and also noticing and witnessing it within the body. Breathing that deeper and deeper in, that understanding, that recognition that you have now shifted. And seeing a beautiful emerald green light coming in. And allowing for it to fully pour into the heart space, into the heart chakra. This beautiful jewel tone, this emerald green light coming in with hints of pink, coming into this heart chakra, allowing for yourself to receive this in, allowing for this light to fill so completely into the heart. Nourishment, regeneration, fulfillment, expansion, and of course, unconditional love. And see this energy, the heart now radiates even further outside of your field. Noticing that any heart walls that you may have had up have now naturally just disintegrated, have come down. With the acknowledgement that because of the experiences that you have been through, you know yourself well enough. You know who you can let in and who is not welcome. You know what energies you will give your love to and what you're not willing to sacrifice. It is time to stop prostituting out your energy for the sake of love, and instead to start cultivating that love within you in wholeness. You are what you are seeking. It is time to stop sacrificing yourself, who you are, your values, your morals, your integrity, your boundaries, all for the sake of someone else and for the hope of being loved. That is now done. If there's any other energy that's not yours that's in this space, just giving it out. Any last little tendrils. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. Breathing that in. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. And this is a mantra that you can continue to use when you find yourself taking on energy that's not yours. Beautiful. Now climbing back upon that bird, and again witnessing maybe your bird has shifted, it's changed, your environment shifted and changed. Just notice what is different. And now this bird takes you up, 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 out of this space, out of the heart. And giving gratitude for this bird for stepping into this space with you. And as you notice, still on this bird flying, you'll notice a sensation within the body of the heart now starting to open up a deeper channel, a more clear channel moving up through the throat and up through the head, all the way through the top of the crown of the head. Witnessing this column of light now coming from the earth, moving all the way up through the body, up and out of the head. And seeing a teredo filled, bringing in the energies of the earth up above the crown of your head, about 2 to 3 feet, and seeing a torrid, a donut almost, that comes down and around, down to the earth, letting the earth cleanse it, and up through the body, pouring out through the top of your head, and just witnessing this energy cycling through you. Beautiful. Now giving gratitude for this bird, for your eagle condor. Coming back into the room, back into your body, and back into the space and time. And before you open your eyes, I invite you just to take a few moments here, bringing your hands to your heart. What is the one practice that you can do today and for the rest of the week, the next 7 days, that will assist you in coming back to the heart and allowing for this remembrance of the fullness and expansion that you just experienced? What is one thing you can do that's easy? And laying here and giving yourself gratitude again for taking time out of your day to fill your cup, to become more whole, and staying here as long as you desire, sending you all so much love.